Hi, this is Tammy from the Sycamore Public Library. Today I'm going to show you how to make a one-day use face mask using an everyday household paper towel and a stapler and other items that you probably have around the house. Here is Emily modeling the finished mask. Thank you so much, Emily. For this project, you're going to need the printed pattern, a roll of paper towels, a ruler, a stapler, a pair of sharp scissors, a soft pencil, a couple of clips of some kind, such as potato chip clips or clothespins or bobby pins, and your choice of ties. Before we get started with the actual mask, I want to give you some options for keeping the mask on. The easiest one and thing you might have around the house the most is some kind of a cord, a shoelace, any kind of round cord, about 48 inches long will be fine for your mask. So that's the first choice. If you want something elastic that hooks over your ears, I'm going to recommend a couple of things. One is a really heavy athletic sock, like a soccer sock. You want something that's like polyester spandex. It's really stretchy. And if you just cut, you can see I've already used some of this sock up. So if you just cut about 1/2 inch strips off of it, you can see that makes a pretty good elastic band. We can make it a little bit more adjustable. I will show you how to do that near the end of the video. But a really stretchy athletic sock or support sock of some kind, just cut a loop off of it. And it will leave lots of little. Another option is a strip of t-shirt. This is the sleeve of a t-shirt. So first of all, I'm going to cut off the hem. And again, if you cut about 1/2 inch, 5/8 inch strip, cut off the seam. If I'm using real elastic on this mask, I would use about an 8-inch piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this out. It makes much longer than I need. Fold it in half. Take my ruler and I'm going to measure about 4 inches from the fold and just put a little mark on there. Now I'm going to tie a square knot, try to make sure those marks pretty much match up there. 8 to 9 inch piece of elastic works fine, so if it's a little longer, it should work out okay also. That should be about the right length. Your other option is to make it extra long, so tie the knot way up here. And again, I can show you how to make it adjustable later on. There is one more option for the t-shirt. Cut another strip. But this option requires you to have some kind of a small bead. This is a little pony bead. If you have such a thing, such a bead around, I will show you how to make an adjustable loop. Again, cut another strip. Cut off the seam. On the very end, I want you to cut almost a point. You can see that right there. point on there. This is the tricky part. Take your 2 points together and just kind of twist them tight as you can, all the way to the end. Poke them through that bead. You can kind of keep twisting it. Once you get it through, pull it tight. Slide your bead down. Tie an overhand knot on the top. Pull that tight. Trim off the extra. So there's another idea for a loop. The bead will slide up and down and make it slightly adjustable. If you have a really thin t-shirt, you might need to make your strip a little wider. This slides a little maybe too easily. It depends on the thickness of your t-shirt. But anyway, there you go. You have that loop, and then a cord. And those are three good choices for putting your mask on. The very first thing you need to do is print out the pattern. I put a link to the pattern in the description of the video. If you do not have a printer, I put all the measurements on the pattern so you can create one of your own. After you have it printed out, you're going to want to cut it. So there's our finished pattern, all ready to put on the paper towel. Next thing you need is your paper towel. The paper towels I have are these 3/4 size ones. I'm not sure what size they are exactly. If you have the squares, those will work also. If you have the squares, you need 2. If you have these, you need 4. But you're going to fold them so you create a square. Top of the mask is always going to be on this fold. So the very first thing I'm going to have you do is measure down from the top. Six and a quarter inches and then 9 inches. You're measuring from the folded edge. 6 and a quarter and 9. And then draw lines across your marks. I'm using a soft pencil. I'm sure a marker or a ballpoint might work also, but I would definitely test it on your paper towel to make sure it's not going to rip it. So then you want to cut these lines that you just drew. If you're using the square paper towels, you might not even actually have completely enough. You won't have any extra to cut off, I don't believe. You'll just be cutting this line, and it'll still work. Don't worry about it. These pieces right here are going to be your filter pieces, so they don't have to be the exact right size. So set them aside. Turn your cut paper towel with a fold at the top. Get your pattern and put the top at the fold. Center it on the paper towel. And draw your angles. Then you're ready to cut them. Okay, so the next step, we're going to fold the top or the bottom of the mask up to these corners, top of the mask down on these corners. So these are your fold lines basically right there. So fold it up and give it a little crease. You can see the fold line is right at the corner. Same for the top. Now you want to open it back up again. And get your filter pieces and line them up together. And place one end about 1 inch from the end. And trim the other end about 1 inch from the end. Center it back in the middle. And then close it back up again. And put your folds back. So now we're ready to fold the ends. To hold it all together, you want to clip the sides just to keep those folds. I'm using little sewing clips, but you can use potato chip clips, clothespins, bobby pins work fine, anything just to keep it folded. Now we're going to fold the ends up. And what we're trying to get here, it's about a 3/4 of an inch. What you're trying to do is make this angle piece right here to here also 3/4 of an inch. And it doesn't have to be exact. That looks pretty good. So the next thing you need to choose is your fastener. I have decided to use the athletic sock loops. We can make them adjustable after they're sewn in. They're a little big right now, but we can adjust them later. I'll show you how to do that. If you want to use a tie, you're going to put it in the mask so that there's a loop on one side. I like to have the loop on the bottom of the mask, which is this side. So you would place it here, here, and here. That way when you put the mask on, you're going to put this over your head. You're going to place the mask on your face, and then you're going to tie it behind your head. You can swap it around if you want and have the loop on the top. That's personal preference. This is the way I think it works the best. But today I'm not going to use the tie. I am going to use the loops. So you put that loop up right up against the fold. Fold it back up again. And you're going to staple it once in the center. And I'm going to suggest you do it twice on each end. Flip it around. The other loop on. Fold it up. Now the next step is to take the angles. So this piece right here, this piece right here, and you're going to fold it up. Oh, forgot to remove the clips. Remove the clips. They will be in your way if you don't. Fold that angle up so that it's even with the fold of your side piece. You can see that. So fold it up like that and staple it. Do the same thing with the bottom piece. Take that angle, fold it down even with the edge of your side piece. Do that on the other side also. The one thing you do want to notice is that we are stapling from the face side of the mask. We don't want the rough side of the staples against our face. Okay, because this is paper, I'm going to reinforce each one of these staples with a perpendicular staple all the way around. So we got one across there, kind of not really in the middle, that's staple, but a little bit to the top. There it is. It's basically finished. Again, this is a temporary one-day mask, but it's pretty sturdy. I'll show you how to adjust the loops. One of these is still a little more stretched out than the other. These are obviously going to be too big, but you can make them kind of adjustable. What you want to do is you want to make a loop. You're going to form a slip knot. So you want to make a loop, pull the piece through, and do that on both sides. Just tighten up your knot. So you've created a slip knot. Now this one looks like it's probably okay on this side. This one might be too tight. If you need to loosen it, it is a slip knot. So you just pull on it gently and it'll loosen up. Just make sure you go back and tighten your knot again after you do that. So you can try it on and figure out if you need to tighten. If you need to make it smaller, you just pull on this side. So there's your finished mask. I'm going to show you a mask that I made using a shop towel. Made it exactly the same way, I just used a shop towel. Shop towels are a little sturdier. If you happen to have them around the house, I would suggest you use these instead. They don't tear as easily. They're just sturdier. One thing I wanted to mention with our paper towel mask is because it has this nice flat rectangular surface, it'd be easy to decorate with markers. You could personalize it, put a favorite logo or a sports team logo or your name or whatever you'd like, and make it a very personal mask. It wouldn't take very long at all. Thank you for watching this video. It's been fun researching all the different styles, figuring out how to make a well-fitting mask out of a paper towel. I will see you next time. Bye.